This week in Learning the Fundamentals, we are going to cover one of the most powerful tools to build wealth, the big D. You might think you understand them, but I bet you don't know how to avoid all the common mistakes. I'm going to explain why I think of them as a thermometer and why many millionaires treat them as reliable passive income machines. So let's go. Welcome to the Ohhh Money channel, where we take the mystery out of money. Today's video is one building block in our Wealth Foundation series, part of our wealth building system, because learning the financial fundamentals is where real wealth building starts. If finance has ever bored or confused you, or you've missed things along the way, you're in the right place. I'm not here to make you love money. I'm here to help you make it work for you, because if I can do it, so can you. So let's get smarter about money and get it working. This video is for educational purposes only, not financial advice. You must learn before you earn. The big D, dividends. I found that most people have a basic understanding of dividends, but in today's video, not only are we going to expand on the basics, but more importantly, show why dividends are like thermometers so that you can use them confidently as a true wealth building tool, not a hidden risk. A dividend is a company sharing part of its profit with you. Companies pay that dividend, usually pay quarterly. Typically, mature companies are the ones that pay dividends, but not always. If you own shares in a company, you are a part owner. When the company makes money, we call it profit, it can decide to give some of that money back to all of its owners. That's what we call the dividend. I look at dividends maybe somewhat as putting money into a savings account and getting something back. However, dividends are not guaranteed. In investing, we call these the rate of return. This is often measured in a percentage. As an example, if McDonald's pays a 2.75% annual dividend, but they pay it quarterly, you would divide that 2.75 into 4 quarters, which would mean 0.69% every 3 months. Now that you know a dividend is a company sharing part of its profit with you, the next big question is, why do companies pay dividends at all? Oh, now we're getting somewhere. To answer that question, however, let's go back and ask 2 even bigger questions. First, why would you buy a share in a company? And why does a company sell shares in the first place? In dividend investing, this fundamental is important to know, and I will share a wealth nugget in just a minute. Let's take a company like a big pizza business. To open more locations, the owner needs money, called capital. They can borrow money from the bank, but another way is to sell shares of that company. When you buy a share in a company, you are buying a small piece of ownership in that company. You give them money now, and in return, you hope the company grows and does well. If it makes a profit, you might get some of those profits back as a dividend. Plus, maybe the value of the share goes up over time. A company sells shares because it wants to raise capital to build maybe a new store or buy equipment or whatever they need. This capital inflow helps the company grow stronger and make even more money in the future. FYI, early stage companies usually keep all their profits to grow faster. They rarely pay dividends. But mature companies, established ones that already have big or they're maybe successful, often have steady profits. They don't need to reinvest every single dollar back into growth, so they can share some profits with shareholders through dividends. Even mature companies can raise more capital by selling new shares or borrowing money. Why? Maybe they want to build a new factory, buy another business, or upgrade their technology. Paying dividends doesn't mean they have no needs. it means they have enough healthy cash flow to reward owners while still running the business well. Additionally, paying dividends have some real strategic benefits. It may keep the stock price up. It may make it easier to raise capital in the future. It may even help the largest stockholders that are requiring dividends get paid. Dividends can be a way they share success with people who help them grow along the way. Okay, here comes the wealth nugget. This is where dividends become a great thermometer for a company's health. A company that pays a reasonable dividend while still having money left over to grow is often in a strong position. But if they pay out too much or suddenly cut the dividend, it might mean the business is facing challenges. That's right, dividends act like a thermometer. Now that we understand what dividends are and why companies pay them, let's talk about something very important. Beware of the dividends that are way outside the normal range. Think back to our thermometer idea. Normal human body temperature is about 98.6 degrees, right? Most healthy people stay in a small, safe range around that number. If the temperature is too high or too low, something is usually wrong. Dividend stocks work the same way. Each industry has its own normal range for dividends. For example, utility companies like electricity and water companies might typically pay around 3 to 5% in a dividend. If a company's dividend is way higher than others in the same industry, it can be a red flag, just like a fever. It might look attractive, but it may mean the company is in trouble. Here is something many new investors miss. The dividend percentage, called the yield, changes when the stock price changes. Let me say that again. The dividend percentage, called the yield, changes when the stock price changes. Let's take a scenario. McDonald's. The stock is at $50 and it pays $5 per year in dividends. That's a 10% yield. But if the stock falls to $25 but still pays $5, the yield jumps to 20%. Okay, here comes another wealth nugget. Most of us, including me, immediately look at the dividends percentage, that yield. But what's even more important is knowing the actual dollar amount the company is paying you. For example, McDonald's was paying $5 a year in a dividend. That breaks down to $1.25 per quarter. Okay, here comes the wealth nugget. If a person after the stock went down to $25 and they were unaware of this bad news that drove the stock price down and the yield up and was just searching for a good dividend to buy and came across McDonald's paying 20%, they might buy some shares solely based on a great dividend yield. That is exactly why dividends are like thermometers. If we check McDonald's dividend yield against other restaurant chains, we would have saw that it was out of whack, not in the normal range of the industry they are in. Here's another wealth nugget. I see people making this mistake all the time. They only look at the dividend yield percentage. It's super important to look at the dividend dollar amount because that amount does not change daily. Yield percentages change daily, and it is hard for many people to follow and understand why it is where it's at. The dollar amount is easy to track quicker because if it moves down, your thermometer alarm should be going off. Something may not be right. Focus on real cash you're getting per share each quarter, not just the flashy percentage. Yields can be a very important measuring tool. One of the smartest things you can do is look at a company's dividend. I typically look back the last 5 years. So remember, dividends are one of the most important tools to build real wealth. and can act like a thermometer to determine the health of a company. I cannot overstate how important profit is to both the company and our economy. Without profit, business cannot grow, it cannot hire employees, it cannot innovate, and it certainly cannot pay dividends. Coming up in part 2, which I'm really excited about, is what are the advanced techniques to build wealth using dividends? Hey, here's a news flash. Nobody cares more about your money than you do. So many people say, I wish they would have taught me that in school, but it's not too late. I'm here to help. I hope you got a few things out of this episode. And remember, let's get smarter about money and get it working. Hey, see you next time.